forgot to change the voice changer.
Yeah, run it back, nation. What is good? It is I, DJ Eastwood, run it back Philly. No frauds, no fanboys. Never have I ever in a million years had an intro. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. 114 people in here. Give me 114 likes real quick. Close out the chat one time and hit the like button. If you were impressed by the Sixers bench players going down to the wire with the Denver Nuggets, full healthy championship roster, hit the like button one time. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn your notification bell on. What else I got to say? Yeah, we're going to be taking callers on the Discord. I want your opinion. I want your hot takes. I want your questions. I want anything else you want to talk about. Join the Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat and in the description. So when we get to the callers, you know what I mean? We'll get some good callers on here tonight. What else? I think that's it. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Yeah. All right, let's get down to business, man. The Philadelphia 76ers lose to the Denver Nuggets 111-105 in a game that should not have been close whatsoever. Joel Embiid ruled out during warmups, and we're going to talk about that. And if you have a negative opinion on that, I saw somebody in the Discord saying Embiid's ducking. Some people were in the playback chat saying I'm sick of Embiid. Whatever it is, I want the contrasting conversation. All right. So because I personally, I'll give you my opinion on the Embiid situation. I want your opinion on it too. So if you feel like you have a strong opinion, I want you to call the show using the Discord. Okay. Joel Embiid is out there at warmups, and it sucks for NBA fans who pay to go to games like this and a really hyped up matchup. Embiid versus Jokic, and we were talking ourselves off the ledge after the Pacers lost because we were saying it's okay. We got a big matchup coming up against Nikola Jokic in Denver. Joel's finally going to play in Denver. He's out there during warmups, and all we got was that the medical staff didn't like what they saw. These are the words from Adrian Wojnarowski on ESPN, at least. The medical staff didn't like what they saw. So Joel wanted to play. He was expected to play, and the medical staff didn't like what they saw. A Denver Nuggets reporter on Twitter said, Joel Embiid looks tired in his warm-up. Whatever it was, they said, hey, you're not 100%. You're not playing tonight. So that's going to start a shitstorm of Joel Embiid trash talk on the internet, and it already has. And Denver Nuggets fans start going crazy. There's some idiot that was holding up a sign that said missing Joel Embiid, spelled his name wrong. The sign said no MVPs and no first-team All-Star appearances, which is he has an MVP and he has 7 first-team All-Star appearances. So no idea what, the altitude is doing to the brain function of Denver Nuggets fans. But anyway, Joel Embiid didn't play. Tyrese Maxey was ruled out a couple hours before the game with an ankle. Tobias Harris still has an illness. DeAnthony Melton still has a back issue. Robert Covington still has a knee issue. Who else were we missing? Who am I not thinking about? Either way, we go into the game with nobody. And we're already saying this team's not deep when we're healthy, right? So now we're playing without 4 starters. And you got to have a starting lineup of Patrick Beverley, Kelly Oubre, Daniel House Jr., Paul Reed. Against the Nuggets championship team, it should have been a blowout, right? They start the game hot. Jamal Murray hits 3 threes in 3 minutes. It is 15-2 or something. Nick Nurse calls a timeout. Right there, we were in the playback stream saying, it's over. We're getting smoked in this game. We're going to be down 25 at the end of the first quarter. We're done. We're getting killed. Nick Nurse calls a timeout. And I'm glad I just remembered this because I want this to be the main just kind of topic of this post-game show. I don't know what Nick Nurse is saying to these guys in timeouts, but it has such a crazy effect on how they play after the timeout. I would love to see the plus minus of this team directly after a Nick Nurse timeout. And the fact that Nick Nurse is out there in a game without 4 starters against the Denver Nuggets, you shouldn't expect to win. If this was Doc Rivers, he would say scheduled loss, and he would be half asleep on the bench. You know, that's why I wore the Fire Glenn. I brought the Fire Glenn t-shirts back out because I posted on Twitter and said, how long until I can sell these t-shirts to Bucks fans? Shout out to that. But Nick Nurse, without 4 starters, is out there standing on the sideline, hands on his knees, locked in. You got a coach that's watching everything that's happening, every play, no matter who's out there, no matter who the matchup is, and he's coaching his ass off. And the first couple minutes of the game, he didn't like what he saw, called a timeout, and I said, what are you going to do? I thought it was funny that he called a timeout at first. I was like, what are you going to do, bro? We're getting smoked. Why'd you call a timeout? What's your plan? You got the bench starting. There's nothing you can do. Somehow, some way, after the Nick Nurse timeout, this team comes out with some kind of fire that I haven't seen since that Boston Celtics game where Patrick Beverley dropped 26 and went down to the wire with the healthy Boston Celtics without a couple of starters. So just shout out to Nick Nurse for that, man. I mean, it's just incredible, what he's doing as a coach, the level of attention to detail and the level of just focus, and we haven't seen it. We watched 8 years of coaches, Brett Brown and Glenn Rivers, and just a serious, lazy, just lack of effort, really, on the coaching end. And so it's just so nice to have Nick Nurse as the Sixers head coach. And I hope he's here for 10 years. I hope he's here for 20 years. I don't want to, I know this right now. If the Sixers fall short in the playoffs, it's not going to be because of Nick Nurse. I just think he's a great coach, and I hope he's here for a long, long, long time because we went a long, long, long time without a great coach. Anyway, I wanted to make sure I said that. All right. Paul Reed has the damn game of his life. I mean, Paul Reed starts the game hitting jump shot after jump shot after jump shot. It's like Joel Embiid was out, and Paul Reed somehow inherited Joel Embiid's elbow free throw line jumper and starts just splashing all over the place. Pause. Elbow, free throw line. Top of the key threes Paul Reed's hitting. Paul Reed hits a top of the key three in a clutch moment in the fourth quarter to cut the lead to 3, I think, at one point, with a couple minutes left in the game. It's a make or miss league. Paul Reed is a very unpredictable player. I don't know what to take of this. I don't know what to take of this game. 30 points and 13 rebounds for Paul Reed. That's fucking ridiculous. Paul Reed scored 30 points. Paul Reed. B-ball Paul. The guy that a lot of times looks like he has no basketball skills and no basketball IQ. Scored 30 points. I'm confused. I don't understand. He's completely unlocked. I love that. He went 2 years where Doc Rivers was trying to hide him. Doc Rivers was trying to telling him not to shoot. He even made comments on Twitter. I don't want to lose my playing time. That's why I'm not shooting open 3, whatever. Nick Nurse comes in and says, shoot the ball, bro. We don't care what it looks like. I know you shot 38% from 3 in the G League. Shoot the ball. So Paul Reed's just confidence with his jump shot is growing insanely just half a season under Nick Nurse. Again, this is why we're wearing the Fire Glenn t-shirt. He's terrible. And you're seeing Nick Nurse show you how terrible Doc Rivers was. Paul Reed just jumpers, threes. Look, the shot, does it hurt your face when you watch him shoot it? Yeah. It's painful. Oh, the form is, it's painful. I don't even know what it is. Who taught him how to shoot? But, as with anything, if you do it enough, you're going to get good at it. And as long as you have the same release consistently, even if it is as ugly as it is, it's going to go in. And so shout out to Paul Reed for 30 points and 13 rebounds against the Denver Nuggets. Patrick Beverley was just a lighter, a fire starter in the first half. And he's talking all the trash. You know, Patrick Beverley, he's going to talk trash no matter what the score is, no matter what the game is at, no matter who he's playing. He's just going to talk like he's Michael Jordan in his prime. You got to love it. The guy is just a warrior. He had, I think, 13 or 15 at halftime, only finished the game with 17. He was 6 for 12. But Patrick Beverley, once again, in a game where the Sixers are shorthanded, they go down to the wire with a fully healthy Nuggets roster, and Patrick Beverley, another just main reason for that. So shout out to Patrick Beverley, and it was fun. The game could have been a blowout. It could have sucked. They put up a fight. The last 5 minutes of the game, sadly, they came back down to earth. I thought Nikola Jokic was being a bit of a fraud most of the game. I thought Nikola Jokic was being way too passive, you know. And if I was a Nuggets fan, I'd be kind of frustrated with that because there's times where he has, you know, Patrick Beverley guarding him, KJ Martin guarding him, and he's pass. I get it, he's a pass first guy, but if I'm a Nuggets fan, I'm saying, bro, put the ball in a hoop. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Then you got Swipe Cam out here justifying it all the time, saying on Twitter that Jokic doesn't try against bad teams and he doesn't care and it's okay. And he tries to spin a negative narrative on Embiid, saying that Embiid's a stat patter and loves to drop 50 points against bad teams. Just an odd stretch of mental gymnastics that some of these Nuggets fans do to try to shit on Embiid and hype up Jokic. If you're finding a way to hype up Jokic playing down to competition, you're reaching so hard you're going to pull something. You know what I mean? But I do think the last 5 minutes of the game, Nikola Jokic finally said, okay, I'm going to put the game away now. It did look like he wasn't trying the whole time. And he just gets the ball into paint 3 or 4 times. One time on Kelly Oubre, real easy, hits the square button, drop step layup, and, you know, basically hit a couple of daggers on us. And that was it. It would have been a lot of fun. It would have been a hell of a lot of fun for the Philadelphia 76ers to upset the Denver Nuggets in Denver with their bench. But they didn't pull it off. But it was fun anyway. And there's something to be said about, you know, I don't know. Is the team deep? Is the team not deep? My dude Romp is in the Discord, man. Let's talk to Romp, bro. I want to hear what Romp has to say. Hey, yo, Romp. Romp, you're on, bro. Unmute. Yo, Romp.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, man?
I'm disappointed in Embiid this week. I'm
Damn.
gonna be real.
Let's hear it, bro. Let's hear it.
I think his effort in the Pacers game was kind of disturbing at times. I understand he kind of got dinged up, but if you get dinged up, just go out of the game. He wasn't rebounding. He wasn't setting screens. And I truly 100% believe he was only chasing that 30-point record. I truly believe that's all he cared about.
Damn.
In that game. And I don't know, it's just annoying to see that because, you know, he's been saying, I don't care about regular season accolades and all that stuff. And then when I saw him play through that injury, because he was clearly banged up, but I don't think it's like an injury where he can't play through it. And at this point in his career, he's going to play through everything. And I understand, you know, people were saying to me, oh, it's going to swell up more after the game. But if you want to be all cautious, like they were tonight, then any little tweak or whatever in January in a meaningless game, and let's just be real, we haven't really been cautious with Embiid this year at all. Like, that happened in a game before where he's tweaked and had a weird step, and he played through it and looked injured the whole entire game. So now all of a sudden tonight,
was that the Knicks game?
Not on the injury report at all. And I've defended him in the past saying, oh, he doesn't duck Jokic. He's been hurt or he's had COVID or whatever. He's not on the injury report. And then 5 minutes before the game, like I don't believe in the ducking nonsense, but
Right.
before tonight. But I think it's
You
completely
do believe
fair.
it?
I think it's completely fair for Nuggets fans tonight to push that narrative.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Nuggets fans. They're fans of the Nuggets. They're fans of Jokic. They hate Joel Embiid, which is sad for the NBA because he's a historic player, and it'd be nice if people could just love players for who they are. But it is what it is. It's always been that way. But like, I don't. It is weird. Look, he hasn't played against in Denver since 2019. Right, 4 years he hasn't played in Denver. It is odd. I don't know what it is. But like, do we really think that Joel Embiid just dropped 41 on the Nuggets last week in Philly, and then he said, "I'm not playing in Denver. I'm scared to play in Denver." You know what I mean? That's when people are saying he's ducking playing in Denver. That's people saying that he's scared to play in Denver. I don't understand why he would be scared to play in Denver. They said he looked tired in his warm up. Look, there might be a thing. This is probably a stretch and a crazy excuse to make. But there might be a thing about a 7'2", 280-pound guy in high altitude. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Does Embiid have trouble breathing in Colorado? You know what I mean? I don't know. Because I can't figure it out. But, like, for him to be scared to play in Denver, I don't know. I don't know why he would duck is what I'm saying. Like, what's the reason for it?
I don't think he's scared. I don't think he's scared. I don't think there was any excuse not to play tonight. I'm going to be real.
So what do you think? Do you think he's injured? Because what the hell was with the Pacers game? He doesn't look healthy. What I'm saying is, all we want as Sixers fans, of course, is for him to be healthy during the playoffs. I don't really care what games he misses. I know it'll be hyped up today, but next week we won't even hear about it. It'll be out of our memories. We just want him to be healthy for the playoffs. I'm saying, dude, if he's not 100%, sit him down for 2 weeks. Like, stop chasing this stupid 30-point record. Nobody cares about that either. That's a record that, again, is talked about right now. And in 20 years, nobody's going to say, remember when Joel Embiid scored 30 points, 39 games in a row? Nobody. That's such a random. I hate this record.
Hate it.
So what is he injured? Like, why is he not on the injury report? Why is he out there warming up and then scratched? I have the same level of confusion. What I'm saying is, sit him down until he's 100%, because you saw the historic scoring runs that he went on this year again when he's healthy. If he needs 2 weeks to get healthy again, give him 2 weeks. We don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if he suits up on Monday versus the worst team in the league, the Blazers, or one of the worst, I'll be even more pissed.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason I'm pissed is because he literally played through the injury, and then he wasn't on the injury report against the Pacers. Like, I just don't get, how do you not put him on the injury report?
Yeah, I don't get it either, bro.
He clearly had something going on in that game. And why did they just leave him in when he clearly was hurt? It's like, what are we doing? Do we just care about chasing records? Or like he says he cares about being healthy for the playoffs, but he's not showing that.
Dude, I think that's a good point. If he suits up against the Blazers, I don't think they can do that at this point. Look, you sat him against the Nuggets in Colorado. You can't go put him out there against the Portland Trail. But they got to say, Joel Embiid has a sore knee. He's day to day. He'll be reevaluated in a week. Like, that's what they have to do.
Yeah, like, why not just play him tonight and then rest him versus the Portland Trail Blazers?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
bro.
And then someone's like, oh, he'll tear his ACL. And I'm like, bro, you think magically resting him one day is going to prevent that on Monday if it's really that serious?
Yeah, no. I mean,
so
you can't prevent it anyway. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. That's why
exactly.
Part of me respects Nick Nurse and just playing Joel Embiid this season. If he gets hurt, he gets hurt. But yeah, there's definitely a reason to be frustrated and confused.
Because people say the regular season doesn't matter, but I don't know. These Jokic and Embiid matchups, like, they're some of the most entertaining watches.
They are.
And yeah, the regular season doesn't matter, but like these don't happen often.
Yeah, and
So when you
it
have
sucks
a chance to actually have it happen, it's just like
you see
kind of bums me out, you know?
yeah, it bums me out too, and it sucks for you see kids in the crowd like their parents they were hyped. Like, we get to watch Joel Embiid versus Nikola Jokic. We get to watch 20 years from now this is going to be a matchup people were talking about, and they get all the way to the game and he's ruled out. Yeah, you know what I mean. That does suck. That definitely sucks, bro.
Yeah, just list him on the injury report. Be normal. Take him out against the Pacers when we're getting blown out. Even if he doesn't have a stupid streak, like that's all I ask.
Yeah. All right, Romp. Yo.
But yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, thanks for calling the show, bro. Appreciate you, my man. Romp 2.0. What a guy. If you haven't, check him out on YouTube. He's got a great Sixers channel. He's got a great NBA channel. A couple other callers in the Discord, man. Hop in the Discord if you got something to say. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about what we just saw. Shout out to Romp for being honest. He's frustrated about Joel Embiid, man. He's frustrated that Joel, played against the Pacers, stayed in the game in a game that was over in the middle of the third quarter, chasing a 30-point streak, and then the hype is all around the matchup, and he gets ruled out at warmups. It's you have reason to be frustrated, bro. Everyone has reason to be frustrated. Andre 2999999. What's going on?
Hey,
Yeah.
DJ, good.
What's good?
What's good, man? Just trying to stay positive after, a disappointing game on so many levels, man. So many levels.
This game was disappointing?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we wanted the Embiid Jokic matchup, man.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I have, friends that have just been making fun of me all year about, this whole Embiid ducking Jokic and stuff like that. So now, when I go to work on Monday morning, guess what I'm going to hear all day?
Yo, you're so you do not want to go to work on Monday. You're like, fuck, dude, these guys are gonna be on my ass.
Exactly, man. Bro, I've been wearing my Embiid jersey all week, man, and I can't wear it on Monday now. So
it is frustrating.
But you know what? It was a good fight though. Honestly, I mean, at least guys played hard. The guys that played hard and stuff like that, right? So I mean, that's good, but I don't know, man. I'm starting to doubt Joel Embiid. I'm questioning his whole season now up to this point because I don't know. To me, there's just no reason for him not to play because he was listed as available, right? So, but nevertheless, though, I mean, it was good to see Paul Reed hoop like that. Guys.
Oh yeah,
guys stepped up.
Yeah. So you say you're questioning Joel Embiid's whole season now. So. What are you trying to say by that? Do you mean that he's a lot of the narrative is that he's kind of picks and chooses what teams he plays against to try to inflate his numbers? This is what Denver Nuggets fans say about him and things like that. And then he ducks big matchups. I think he's played in a lot of big matchups this season. I mean, he put 51 on the Minnesota Timberwolves. He dropped 41 on the Nuggets. There's a lot of big matchups that he showed up in this year. I just think they're just let's just get to the playoffs healthy. And I do think he hurt his knee in the Knicks game, and then he missed a couple of games, right? And he came back and looked okay, and then he hits his knee again in the Pacers game, looked terrible the whole game. And I really do believe, I don't think they're lying, I do believe that he just doesn't look like himself right now. And they were we know we're going to get shit for this, but you're not playing. That's what I think.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say to that is after the Pacers game, Joel said something he wasn't feeling well, right? His knee, he had sort of hinted at wanting to miss this game. I feel in years past, the Sixers for sure would have sat him. The moment that Embiid complained about anything, boom, you're done. That's it, right? But this time around, they waited up until literally the last second. So I don't know if they're trying to make Embiid look bad by saying this is all him. This has nothing to do with us, or I don't know. It's just it was just weird.
There is
up until the last moment.
Yeah, that is confusing, and I want to hear an explanation maybe from Nurse or these reporters got to start. We need more. Who's the guy that really ruffles the feathers, man? Howard Eskin. We need more Howard Eskins out here. We need some of these reporters to really start firing off, questions.
Yeah, because they said it wasn't even questionable or doubtful or nothing. They said available. They said he was 100% in. So that's the big part that I want to know, right? It's just no questionable, doubtful. Like they didn't downgrade him, like nothing, right? So I mean, the only thing, and again, the reason why I'm questioning like Embiid's like season is because it seems like he misses like big road games.
He does.
Like
Mm-hmm.
if it's at home, he's there, but like the big road games, that's he misses them. And to me, like in order to win the championship, you got to be able to win on the road.
Oh,
And if
absolutely.
you don't play you don't play any big road games all season long, like that's what's that going to look like come playoff time, right? So,
Bro, that's it. Hey, Andre, thanks for calling the show, man. I appreciate you. Great stuff. That's a great point. That is a fantastic point by Andre. Because somebody was coming at me on Twitter today saying this same thing. Joel Embiid has missed 11 road games, or he only plays sub 500 teams on the road, and breaking down things like that. He plays above 500 teams at home, but he ducks out on road games, things like that. I don't know if I necessarily believe that he's intentionally ducking, but it is a good point that if you're not playing road games during the regular season and fighting through things like this, like your knee doesn't feel well or whatever, or you're in high altitude and you're not breathing the greatest and you look tired in your warm up, if you're not fighting through things like this and playing, then yeah, when the playoffs come around and you're in a 7-game series, you can't sit out road games. We need you to not sit out any games in the playoffs. So you have to be used to fighting through things on the road in conditions like Colorado. So yeah, if you're missing road games like this, how will it translate into the playoffs? It's a good question. Mr. Hoover's on the line. Mr. Hoover, what's going on?
Hey, bro. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm good. So, a couple of takeaways from the game. I'm proud of the bench, bro. It's happy to see that the bench is finally stepping up.
Right.
Got to hand it to B-Ball Paul. What was he? I think he had almost 30 against Jokic. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he had 30. He had 30 and 13. Yeah.
Bro, he balled. That's the way I'm talking about.
I just want to see it a little bit more consistently, because it's still hard to take anything from it because it's just it feels so random. You know what I mean? Like if I see,
yeah, I mean, you can't have days where you just go like 6 points and then 2 points. No. If you're going to be a backup center, we need, I would say, probably just throwing a number out there, 12 or more points from you.
He played 42 minutes, right? So if we do the math and get in a playoff series, he's going to get 10 or 12. So 11, 12 points and 8 rebounds would be nice off the bench from Paul Reed. You know what I mean? It's the games where he total goose egg and just a bunch of dumb fouls and a bunch of turnovers that.
I was watching RB's live stream, and what he was saying, it looked like the refs seemed to be cheating in the game a little bit.
In tonight's game?
Yeah, it looked.
There was questionable ones for sure, but I also thought there was a lot of questionable ones on the other side. All I ever ask is that if you're bad, be bad on both sides. Like there was a Kelly Oubre play where he clearly pushed Kentavious Caldwell-Pope into the first row, and they called a defensive foul somehow and gave him free throws. Like I think there was bad calls on both sides. I really don't think. I thought the Nuggets were getting a lot of free throws, but I said this on playback when I was live. When you have lineups of Jaden Springer, Daniel House Jr., and Paul Reed and KJ Martin, you're going to foul a lot.
Right.
Those guys are just like football players out there.
If anything, I thought this game is a good example of trying to show trade availability for the bench players that I've mentioned before, that no disrespect, they just got to go. It just ain't cutting the mustard. This is the year you have to go. And let's be frank, last few years, I thought the Sixers could have advanced further beyond the second round, at least to the conference finals.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, if this up the trade value for some of those guys, that makes me happy. What else you got, bro?
I wanted to ask you, I was watching a YouTube channel they called The Score. I was looking at random trades to see what was possible out there.
Yeah.
They had a trade where they had Jaden Springer, Robert Covington, and 2 firsts for Alex Caruso and Andre Drummond. Would you do it?
Alex Caruso is a tough one for me, man. Like, he's a tough one for me. Great defender, good, like, ball handling point guard, good half court guy, doesn't turn the ball over a lot. I just don't think I think the Sixers need a scoring punch off the bench. You know, the Andre Drummond thing obviously helps your backup center situation. Alex Caruso on a bad Chicago Bulls team averages 9 points per game. You know, I think they need a scoring punch. So I think I'm going to say no.
I wonder if they. It was just thought about. I wonder if they should send Kelly Oubre back to the bench, not because he's a bad player, but because maybe, hey, he can get back into what he was doing at the beginning of the year, scoring more points. It'd benefit us a lot.
Yeah, I think when they're fully healthy, I think he comes off the bench anyway. I think so. Yeah, but yeah, I think the trade that I want right now is Malcolm Brogdon. Like, I think that's the guy that's attainable. It's realistic. And Portland wants to move him, and we could give him, if you give up 2 firsts for him, that's an overpay for Malcolm Brogdon. But at the same time, let's try to win a championship. You know what I mean?
Right, but also I would think let's get rid of some of the players that we don't need. Like I saw tonight, like Robert Council the fourth wasn't playing tonight. I know Nick Nurse is switching up lineups back and forth, but eventually the trade deadline's coming up here, and then
yeah,
let me tell you something. If Daryl Morey doesn't make a move, God help him.
We're going to definitely talk. Dude, if he doesn't make any move at all, there's going to be some discussion for sure, bro. Hey, Mr. Hoover, as always, good stuff, buddy. Thanks for calling the show.
No problem, bro. Take it easy.
Mr. Hoover on the Discord. Yeah, I wanted to talk about Mr. Hoover brought up a good point. Bench players playing, up in their trade value a little bit. Look, I've been talking a lot of junk about KJ Martin lately because I think he's terrible. I think he has no basketball skills at all. In this game, he was attacking, and 2 plays in a row, he attacked Aaron Gordon under the rim and was really strong with the finish. And he a couple of plays where he just went right down the lane, right at Nikola Jokic, and I thought it was specifically after a timeout also. And I think Nick Nurse, again, making adjustments on the fly in timeouts, I think he was saying, like, look, Jokic can't guard the rim. We need some of you guys to attack, and KJ Martin was one of those guys. 7 points off the bench for KJ Martin in 19 minutes is not terrible. I just, then I see guys on the other side like Peyton Watson, and I'm like, damn, bro. This dude's 21 years old. He's 6'7", 220, and he has the ability to score on all 3 levels. He can shoot. He can dribble into a mid-range. He had a drive in the beginning of the game, baseline, and just a ferocious, aggressive dunk and tried to rip the rim off the backboard. And I'm like, why don't we ever have these guys? Why don't we get a 21-year-old Peyton Watson? No, we get Jaden Springer, who is atrocious. I'm sorry. I've been over it for a couple weeks now. I thought Nurse was getting a lot out of Jaden Springer in the beginning of the season. I don't know what happened. Jaden Springer is awful. You know what I mean? Like, it's enough is enough here. And the whole, this is I don't know why, and there's someone else waiting in the Discord. Peter, bro, I'm going to get to you in a second. I don't know why the Sixers management has this obsession with drafting these fucking football players, bro. These players that are super athletic. Oh, he's a dog defender, and then we're going to teach him how to play basketball. I'm tired of that, dude. Start drafting players that can play basketball, okay? Stop drafting defensive ends and NFL corners and trying to teach them how to play ball, okay? Because I got news for you. If you stunk it up in high school and college and got through because you were super athletic, the same thing's going to happen in the NBA. There's no way you had no basketball skills in high school and college and suddenly you're going to learn how to play basketball in the NBA. It doesn't happen, okay? So enough with the damn NFL cornerbacks. Matisse Thybulles of the world. I'm tired of it, bro. Jaden Springer's another one. I'm sorry. And if his family member comes across the stream or one of the videos and is in the chat mad at me, it is what it is. He can't play basketball in the NBA. He got the ball wide open a couple of times in this game, refused to shoot it, tried to cross somebody over one time and got plucked. The worst thing he did was he caught the ball wide open. Instead of shooting a 3, he just did like a jitter step and got called for traveling. I mean, bro? How are you getting the ball wide open from the 3-point line and you're so nervous that you shuffle your feet and travel? I'm over it. I'm sorry. I don't want to see any more Jaden Springer, and I mean that. And you know, if that's not nice to say, whatever. Peter D, you're on the show, my man. What's going on? Thanks for being patient.
Hey, no problem. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. What's up?
Wow, you can actually hear me. You know, I'm like in my 50s and this technology stuff, man. It's when I get stuff right, it's more exhilarating than Furkan hitting a three, brother. I'm telling you.
Let's go. Yeah.
So I just got a couple of things. First of all, where the hell is this bench during like earlier in the year, right? I mean, yeah, Oubre still had his struggles a little bit, but I mean, I'm thinking, you know, Paul Reed puts up a 30 burger against Jokic. You know what I mean? It's like, my God.
Yeah.
Like, where was this bench? Like, that's the first thing I wanted to mention, talk about.
Yeah, that's been a frustrating thing for a while. I think the Sixers' inconsistent bench play. You know, it's been like a couple of years, and we watch obviously every game very intently. Maybe this is how benches play all the time in the NBA. They're hit or miss, but the Sixers do have, I'm pretty sure, some of the lowest bench scoring in the entire league. And yeah, you know, it'd be nice to get this level of production out of the bench. Not this level; they're not going to play that many minutes, but it'd be nice to get a definitely closer to this level of production out of the bench when they're on the floor.
Yeah, I mean that would be incredible, wouldn't it? I mean, my goodness. But also, the last, I don't know if it was the post game call, but you had mentioned Springer, like he gets in the lane and like just sticks to the floor, and I really paid attention tonight to look, right, because I know he struggled. But I'm like, I got to see that, and you were absolutely on the freaking money.
I don't get it.
Like he gets in the lane and does like a pump fake, and his feet are stuck to the floor. He tries to put a shot up, and it just gets swatted. I'm like, what is going? You're absolutely right with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's a mental thing, and that's the thing too. Maybe I'm too hard on him because he's 20 years old, and maybe you know he doesn't have to develop an NBA game really, but maybe over the course of 3, 4, 5 years, he unlocks himself mentally, and in those situations where he drives in the lane, he just jumps and dunks on somebody's face. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how he gets in there and he's like 6 pump. What are you doing, bro? Just jump. Yeah. You're either gonna get fouled.
Just get some airtime, man. Just get up in the air.
Because
I'm telling you, when he does hit a shot, though, it feels like finding a couple of French fries at the bottom of the McDonald's bag. You know, you're like, hey, that's like there's some free stuff.
There's a lot of players.
Or better yet, an onion ring in your Burger King fries. You know what I mean? Like it's just free stuff.
Like that Korkmaz. I forgot to mention that Korkmaz end of the shot clock pump fake sidestep, whatever the hell that was.
It went in. I was like, yes. Yeah, it goes crazy. I do pull for the guy. I mean, hey, let's face it. He's not. Price is not going to be around, right? But I do pull for him. There's something about him that I don't know. I kind of like about him. But anyway, I appreciate you having me on tonight.
Yeah, Peter, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to Peter. Thanks for joining the Discord. Thanks for calling the show. Yeah. Shout out to the callers, man. Good calls tonight, man. If you want to call, go ahead, join the Discord. Give me your thoughts. Yeah, you know, I like that Peter said that because, you know, maybe Jaden Springer just needs to unlock himself mentally. And that's what I'm saying. He gets in the lane. His looks like his feet are stuck to the floor, and he does 17 pump fakes. And it's like, bro, how about you just go hard at the rim, try to dunk on everybody? This is what KJ Martin's the same way. I'm like, dude, you guys that are super athletic and 20 years old, try to dunk on somebody every time you go to the rim. Kelly Oubre does it, and what happens? He either gets fouled, he either gets free throws, he either gets blocked at the rim, or he dunks on somebody. That's what we want to see. Just go hard. I don't understand that he looks so scared when he's on the floor. That's, you know, my take on Jaden Springer. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Something's going on with my chat on the live. I can't put the comments on the screen. But, you know, thanks for being here. Prince Monito with a $2 super chat. Is Pat Bev officially untouchable? Prince, you paid $2 to put a troll comment, didn't you? That's what you did, Prince. You wanted to troll so hard that you paid $2 to troll. I love you, Prince, but the honest answer to that is absolutely not. We love Patrick Beverley. We love the attitude. We love the heart. We love the fire. We love everything he brings but realistically, you would trade Patrick Beverley at the drop of a hat in the right trade. That's the answer too. That's the answer. Of course, easiest way to get your comments read on the show is the super chat or be a member of the channel. Thank you for the super chat, my guy. Anything else we could take away from the stats here? Aaron Gordon, 18 points, 4 rebounds. I thought Nikola Jokic in the beginning of the game was really taking advantage of Aaron Gordon on the block, and they do this real simple play where Jokic is in the post, and as soon as you bring the double team, he just throws it behind his head to Aaron Gordon under the rim. I thought Michael Porter Jr. Was terrible for most of the game shooting the three, at least. He finished 4 for 12 from three-point range, He had some wide open ones that he was bricking. It's just our luck that we go down to the wire with this team, and in crunch time, the Sixers hit a big three. I think it was Paul Reed at the top of the key, cut it to 3, and the very next play, Michael Porter Jr. in the corner. The guy's been colder than my baby mom. He hits the 3 to put it back up to 6 and basically, put the dagger in us. That sucks. Jamal Murray started out the game hot, finished with 23. He was 6 for 10 from 3. He was 8 for 15. I love Peyton Watson. That's really it, man. The Nuggets, they 11, 14, 15, 16 points off the bench. The Nuggets did not play good in this game. They kind of sleepwalked the whole time, and, they almost got upset. Kelly Oubre gave you 25 points on 9 for 17, 1 for 4 from 3. I guess we got to shout out Kelly Oubre, man. We've been saying that he has come back down to earth recently. We've been saying that he was, hot in the beginning of the season, and he cooled off. So it's nice to see Kelly Oubre drop 25, in a game where you really needed something from anybody. It was a quiet 25 for Kelly Oubre. You know what I mean? A quiet 25, man, when you really think about it. I just love his athleticism. I love his aggression. He dunked the ball on the baseline. It would have been a nice poster, but Jokic backed up and ran away. Then he had a putback over top of Jokic in another play. Just super aggressive, super athletic Kelly Oubre. And really, he creates shots, a lot better than people realize. He's a lot more of a shot creator than people realize. And it would be nice, when the Sixers get healthy, to have Kelly Oubre coming back off the bench, giving you that spark that he was giving you at the beginning of the season. That's my take on the stats. Let's go over to the Twitter machine. Let's go over to the Twitter machine and see what the takes are over here. We're going to type in Sixers and see what's going on. Embiid has come out to the Sixers bench for this close finish to a chorus of boos from Denver fans. He's hyping them up. Look at Embiid. He's hyping up the crowd. Yo, you got to respect it. You got to respect it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. You gotta respect it, man. You gotta respect it. Joel came out and he said, "Hey, fuck you guys," and he egged on the crowd and he put his. You gotta respect it. It does suck though. I think as a sports fan, it does suck how much Denver fans hate Joel Embiid. Because Joel Embiid's a good guy. Joel Embiid's a super nice guy. Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic have a good relationship. Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic are respectful to each other. Joel Embiid in his last postgame, he dropped 41 on the Nuggets, and he still said in his postgame, Nikola Jokic is the best player in the game right now. They have a crazy level of respect for each other, and I'm not sure what Joel Embiid did to Denver fans for them to act like this, but it just sucks that they hate him this much, because what the fuck did he do? I don't understand it. You know what I mean? You don't see this in Philly, and Philly's supposed to be the toxic fans. You don't see Nikola Jokic coming into Philly and getting treated like this. Come on, Denver. Do better. Because you could be watching two historic players. You could be watching Nikola Jokic, and you could also be watching a historic generational talent, once-in-a-lifetime talent in Joel Embiid, and you could be appreciating both of them, but you're not. You're being assholes. That's my take on that. Anyway, let's continue. What else we got? What else we got going on, man? What else we got? What's going on in the chat, bro? What's going on in the chat? Sixers need to trade for a guy who can rip threes with the best of them. This would be the most beneficial thing the team could do, not only for their bench, but overall offense. Hard top, please 32. Hard to please 32. I mean, yeah, I totally agree with that. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have a guy off the bench that's a sniper, you know? It'd be nice to have a guy, a JJ Redick type, you know? It'd be nice. I agree with that, and it would help him out greatly. And that's why I said that I hesitate on the Alex Caruso thing, because he's just not a scorer, you know? Hard-nosed defender, arguably the best defender in the game. I need a scoring punch, you know? You're not going to get 30 from Paul Reed. You're not going to get 25 from Oubre every night. You're not going to get 17 from Marcus Morris every night. Yeah, another guy that can give you a scoring punch, right? A Bruce Brown type, a Jordan Clarkson type. You know what I mean? I agree. I totally agree with that. Let's see what else we got. Pat Bev is exactly what the Sixers needed. Was he mic'd up or something? I can't say I really care that much about that. Jokic on Embiid an hour ago. See, now look, Denver fans, take something away from your MVP, okay? Take something away from your player. Jokic on Embiid, I just wanted to make sure he's okay. If you're a fan of basketball, you need to appreciate what he's doing right now. It's history. You know what, Denver fans? Come on, bro. You guys are acting like children out here. While your MVP is out here trying to teach you how to act. Listen to Nikola Jokic and learn how to act. Okay? How about that? Let's see. Embiid is out with left knee soreness. When the Sixers were Turk Smith, he didn't get any minutes. Ricky Council didn't get any minutes. Yeah. I'll go back to the chat for a minute. I know, you know, the show is looking weird right here because the chat is on small thing because I'm having an issue with my chat. But anyway, let's read some more comments, man. Bruce Brown would be nice. I hope Joel never plays a game in Denver again during the regular season just to piss everyone off. Well, look, he hasn't played in Denver since 2019, so it might happen, actually. It might happen. Sixers should get Grayson Allen. I love Grayson Allen, man. I love Grayson Allen. And Grayson Allen's the type of player that you hate until he's on your team, right? I would love Grayson Allen. I don't know what he has left in the tank. Makes me feel old because I remember Grayson Allen coming off the bench for the Duke Blue Devils in the championship game, the Jahlil Okafor team. You know what I'm saying? And now we're out here. Grayson Allen has gray hairs. That's how old I feel. I don't know how old Grayson Allen is or who he's playing for right now or how he's playing. But if he's still good, I would love Grayson Allen. NBA Central said the Sixers are interested in Dinwiddie. Gross! Absolutely disgusting. But NZ for 3, my dude. Thanks for being here, and thanks for letting me know that, because we'll go over to Twitter, and we'll talk about that for a second before I get up out of here, okay? NBA Central. The Dunk Central, because they almost got sued for using NBA in their name, which is weird. Where are we at? Where are we got? Spencer Dinwiddie is a name to watch for the Philadelphia 76ers. Spencer Dinwiddie. Let's see who said. Where's the source? You know what I'm saying? The Sixers could be looking to make a move to keep up the competitive and active Eastern Conference. The New York Knicks and Indiana Pacers already made trades. Philadelphia's in third place. Sixers are behind the Boston Celtics. Okay, a whole bunch of filler here in this nonsense article that was probably written just to get clicks so that the ads pay money. In addition, the Knicks added OG Anunoby. 76ers continue led by Joel Embiid to drop 70 points on the Spurs. Why are you telling us all this, bro? Where's the Spencer Dinwiddie source? The Nets have a 17-27 record, just outside of last spot. Brooklyn could choose to be a seller at the day and make Dinwiddie available. 76ers already made one of the big. This is 100% completely made up. What? There's no source at all. There's nobody saying the Nets are trading Dinwiddie. There's no source saying the Sixers are interested in Dinwiddie. But the title is Report Spencer Dinwiddie linked to Philadelphia 76ers ahead of NBA trade deadline, because some reporter said that the Nets could possibly trade him and the 76ers should possibly maybe be interested. Completely fabricated out of thin air. But well done. You got me to click on it. Anyway, I don't think I have much of an interest in Spencer Dinwiddie. Anyway, you know, I thought 5 or more years ago he had a lot of just bucket getting potential off of the bench, and then he became a starter. Everyone realized that he's not actually, you know, that good. The definition of a microwave scorer, you know. But in the past couple of seasons, Spencer Dinwiddie has just been falling off. And he even lost a roast battle to Kyle Kuzma, who called him Din Shitty publicly. So, you know, we don't want a guy that lost a roast battle to Kyle Kuzma on the squad either. That's how I feel about that. I hate when Marcus Morris gets late cock ISO plays because it's always clunky and rarely works. Sixers need to trade for Lauri Markkanen. We also need to trade for Michael Jordan in his prime. I agree with that. It's not possible. Used to like Springer, but he looks horrible. Maybe Nick Nurse not playing him enough. I don't know if there's hope for Jaden Springer. I do not know. But I do know this. It was a fun game. It was entertaining. Would have been nice for the Sixers to pull it off, but the fact that the bench went down to the wire with the Denver Nuggets gives us hope that we could possibly get more out of these bench players than we're currently getting. I thought Nick Nurse coached his ass off shorthanded, you know, and that's all I got. Thanks for being here. Thank you all for calling the show, man. Once again, amazing callers on the show. You guys are really helping out the show and adding to the just overall value of it and entertainment factor and things like that. So thank you. And I will talk to y'all soon. 239 people in here. Please hit the like button. I would appreciate that. Y'all have a wonderful night.